house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Then peace will guide the planets,
And love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. 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 Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions,
mystic crystal revelation,
and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius. Aquarius.
when the moon is in the 7th house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. 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 Hey there, people all around the world, men and women, boys and girls. The time has come to occupy. It's much too late to judge and cry. Think about a love revolution, and it's here again. And it's time to let the sun shine in. Come together and sing out strong. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. All around the world. Let the sun shine. Come together. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine in. Everybody sing. Let the sun shine. Open up your hearts. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine. Come together and sing out strong for a peaceful planet where we all belong. Replace all fears with love and grace. We are different shades of one human race. It's the place to chase. The revolution is here again. It's near again. The resolution will now begin for all to let the sun shine in.
Heart is breaking today, but I'm not broken yet. I try to be optimistic, even though I'm upset. I won't live in fear of its great unknown. Life as we knew it is gone forever. What will it be like the next time we're together? I'm keeping the faith. we'll see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why we're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. There's a time for everything, everything in its time. I'm holding on by a thread before I lose my mind. How much more suffering can this world stand? We're all socially distanced, we can't go anywhere. How did we get here? Sometime life's unfair. I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why we're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. Then I think of all I have to be thankful for. My family and friends, I need nothing more. I choose to live in joy. No one can take away. I hold my head up high, I keep pressing on to the prize before me. When it's over and done, I'm keeping the faith to see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why we're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. We'll see a better day. We'll see a better day.
There was a time in my life when I had blurred vision. I wasn't finding peace anywhere, and I certainly wasn't finding truth in religion. So one day I decided that I would sit in the silence in my room, and I vowed that I would stay there till something in me moved, and I heard a voice. It was a still, small voice, and this is what it said. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Now I see God everywhere, a little more each day. I see God in the flowers and in the bills that I choose to pay. I'm feeling God in my breath, spoken with each word. Oh, I'm feeling God breathe His life into me. Let God's love be God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Well, there once was a wise man, and this is what he said. He said that God is good all of the time, and that's stuck, oh, it's stuck in my head. So I said it as my mantra. Each and every day I said it until I believed it. Now that's my life each and every day. Yes, I finally achieved it. Sing it with me now. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavor or support the pod financially, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org. We'll have some more announcements after the message.
Right now we are on the topic of justice. It's been very interesting. Last week we had Swami Durgaya from the Kashi Ashram, and her musical guest was Daniel Capel. Today we have our Buddhist representative, Sensei Dave Vidito, and his musical guest is Bob Sima.
Oh, two very groovy dudes.
Groovy dudes. And next week we will have Wiccan Oracle, and his musical partner will be Donna Frost. So without any more jabbering, we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, good people of the pod. Bob Simon here. Honored to be the musician this week for Justice, the topic. I have two songs for you, both original songs. First one's called The Song Gets a Little Bit Louder.
Every time a shot rings out in the night, the song gets a little bit louder. Every time we say goodbye to another innocent life, the song gets a little bit louder. Every time we turn the page to rage, the song gets a little bit louder. Every time a single heart is filled with hate, the song gets a little bit louder. Well, you can't stop a sound, and you can't stop a song, but you can never stop the voices that want to sing along. Every time we feel the grip of fear, the song gets a little bit louder. Every time the smell of ignorance is near, the song gets a little bit louder. Every time the face of greed appears, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time the fist of justice disappears, the song gets a little bit louder. Well, you can't stop a sound, and you can't stop a song, but you can never stop the voices that want to sing along. Every time we forget we belong to one another, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time we deny that we're sisters and brothers, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time we judge a book by its cover, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time we divide by creed and color, the song gets a little bit louder. Well, you can't stop a sound, and you can't stop a song, but you can never stop the voices that want to sing along. Every time we rise up above, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time we give kindness and love, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time we relieve suffering and pain, the song gets a little bit louder. And every time the spirit shows itself again, the song gets a little bit louder. Can't stop a sound, you can't stop a song, but you can never stop the voices that want to sing. With the sound of the song that we sing together, with the sound of the song we sing. With the song gets a little bit louder. In the whisper of the wind, you will always hear the song gets a little bit louder. And in the still of the silence, you will always hear the song gets a little bit louder.
And this next song is called The Movers, the Shakers, and the Peacemakers.
With our eyes wide shut in the still of the night, we sit and hold the vision. When the fears burn wild, we don't run and hide. We see a world with no division. We see with one love, one heart, one drum beating to a song that's singing us home. We dance in white light under the starlight. We are the sacred seeds of the sound of home. And we say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. And we say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. We are the movers and the shakers and the peacemakers. We are the movers and the shakers and the peacemakers. Well, in your eyes I see my other side. You're a perfect clear reflection. There are no others, there's only one mother. She's taking us in one direction. Love is our weapon, music our religion. Peace is our power, peace is our mission. We don't separate or dominate, cause we appreciate and celebrate. And we say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. And we say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. We are the movers and the shakers and the peacemakers. We are the movers and the shakers and the peacemakers. And we can go higher, higher, higher still. And we can get louder, louder, louder. Yes, we will. We feel the power in the presence. It's the all, it's the essence. And in it we own this space. We don't get lost in thought, drown in the drama. We're the guardians of this place. We see with one love, one heart, one drum beating to a song that's singing us home. We dance in white light under the moonlight. We are the sacred seeds of the sound of home. We say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. And we say, Aho, Amen, Om Shanti Om. We
So today I'm doing double duty. I was asked to give a talk by the pod group in town, Peoples of Diversity, on justice, and I decided to go ahead and turn that into a Dharma talk as well. Um, so just given the topic today might be a little spicy, but hold on a second, make adjustment to my electronics here. Okay, so what I decided to do, so justice is an interesting topic. I decided to go back and look to see what other teachers have said on this, because in a sense, justice is an odd, maybe odd's not the right word, but an unusual topic for a Dharma talk, because I don't think Buddhists in general look at the notion of justice quite the same way as the monotheistic religions. If you have a God, then that is your guidepost, if you will, for justice. And that God, and through the scriptures of that religion, that defines, if you will, justice. Whereas Buddhism is a little different. So for this talk, I decided to kind of look out there to see what some other teachers have been saying. And I found one article in particular that I really liked. And this is taken from Tricycle. The title is Buddhist Justice versus American Justice. And it's done in 2021. And the names of the authors, and I'm sure I'll get this wrong, pronunciation, but Para Mulay and Pare Sala. And just a bit about them and why I thought this article in particular was interesting. So Mulay is an insight meditation teacher and former criminal defense attorney, 23 years experience practicing law. And Sala is a guiding teacher at Seattle Insight Meditation Society, Spirit Rock Meditation Center, and is a retired prosecuting attorney. So they have very unique insight into this idea of justice and what does that mean from a Buddhist perspective. And from their own words, they describe themselves as both are Buddhist insight meditation teachers. One is a former prosecutor, the other a former criminal defense attorney. Both women of color, one African American and one mixed race, South Asian and white. And so they wrote this article. And so I wanted to use this as a jumping off point. I'm going to take from what they say in this article quite a bit in the beginning, and I'll jump off from there. But I thought this was a wonderful kind of seed from which to start this. So they asked the question, what does justice mean to us legally as Americans in a country with a history rooted in white supremacy? And so you can see immediately why I thought this was an article where I needed to listen. What does justice mean to us given our history in this country? And to an extent, or to extend this a bit, what does this mean for us as Buddhists living in a country where the majority of the folks hold monotheistic beliefs? And so their notions of justice are different. And nowadays, particularly, we live in a world where more and more you're seeing greed and anger of Christian nationalism holding sway over our society. It's dominating our national politics at the moment. And so what is justice in this world? How do we navigate our relationship to justice as Buddhist Americans in the midst of all of these struggles that we see today? And the authors of this article in particular pointed out my word, epidemic, of the killing of African Americans by police. So that particular problem they talk about a lot in this article, but this was written back in 2021. So since then, a lot has happened. So you can point to a lot more things. Dehumanization and cruelty toward immigrants. At least one case where someone was deported simply for speaking out against the government. creation of a partisan justice department, and a recent attempt to erase or whitewash history so that folks can pretend that systematic issues don't exist within our justice system. So there's a whole host of problems where we're swimming in the sea of samsara, if you will. And people often think of justice as impartial, fair, and equitable, but unfortunately, this too often depends on who you are, how much money you have in your bank account. I kind of ran into a small incident myself. My mother had a small car accident, just a minor little fender bender. She accidentally backed into somebody, barely put a scratch on the car. Next thing you know, lawyers are calling us, letting us know that she is being sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars for physical and emotional damage. And it was quite scary, to be honest, because I knew that getting caught up in the legal system, that it was going to cost a lot of money. So, how much money you have in the bank does influence what you see out of the justice system. The color of your skin will change your experience of the justice system. So it is an imperfect system. And some more background provided by the authors that I thought was worth bringing up. Systematically, criminal justice in America is rooted in English common law and in a social contract in which power is given to the government with the expectation that the government will fairly resolve culpability for harming acts against society. The social contract manifests as laws born out of a representative government of the people, law enforcement that has a requirement to protect and serve as its foundation, and a court system that is expected to give ordinary citizens the benefit of the doubt, legal representation, and the opportunity to be fairly judged by one's own peers. So the system is built upon this notion of innocent before guilty, and that is the strictest of standards. And I think it's the cornerstone of free society. But it's a quote I found from the civil rights activist James Baldwin. He said, "If one really wishes to know how justice is administered in the country, don't ask the policemen, the lawyers, the judges, or the members of the middle class. Instead, go to the unprotected, those precisely who need the law's protection most, and listen to their testimony." So for African Americans in particular, there really is no trust in this social contract that we have, or very little trust, I should say. And you'll find in the system inconsistency in what constitutes criminal or justice in America. It's based on race. Nowadays, based on where you're from. So given this is our backdrop, right, this samsaric life that we live, what does this mean from a practice perspective, and how do we work with this as practitioners? So there's a few points that I'll point to from a Dharma perspective. So first, law of karma. So looking at this from the perspective of karma. Karma points to the universe in which all of our actions have consequences. For Buddhist practitioners, this can be a refuge and a source of equanimity in the midst of all of this. And in some ways, karma transcends this notion of justice. In a lot of ways, it's second, truth of dukkha, or unsatisfactoriness of life. For me, and the authors actually point this out too, it's the realization that there will never be a perfect system. There'll never be a perfect system. Nothing in life can ever be perfect. It's just the nature of life. And so, how do we work with this system? How do we make this system better? What do we do as bodhisattva to make a difference? And then the third Dharma perspective is coming at it from the Paramitas, Sila Paramita in particular. This is the perfection of ethical behavior, morality, self-discipline, harmlessness. So Sila is crucial for enlightenment of oneself and benefiting others. But acts of harmlessness and ethical conduct can inspire actions in others. So kind of reflecting on those three things when looking at justice, particularly in our society. So if you look at through this Dharma lens of the Dharma, no court could ever have a more astute assessment of, say, the police abusing the people they arrest. No more astute assessment than the law of karma. The officers will experience the karmic consequences of their actions, regardless of whether they were motivated by anger, perhaps fear, maybe racism, either overt or buried underneath and suppressed. So there will be karmic ramifications felt by the officers, their families, victims, all of society. But from a karma perspective, it gives you a larger perspective as well, because you can look back at all of the thousands upon thousands of karmic actions and consequences that led to this moment. The society we live in, this karmic web, if you will. And so with this karmic lens, we can kind of understand a little better, at least, how we got here today. And how we are now in a society where fear and anger kind of run rampant. And it's stoked by the winds of social media misinformation. And now we even have alternate news sources giving alternate truths. So it's a challenging world to live in. There's this samsaric echo chamber, and it's reinforcing these communal delusions that we have, that we all have. Some of us work with them, some of us embrace them. To me, that's a key difference. We must work with where we are, what we're bringing to the world, how we're seeing the world. Cut through. Always must work to cut through. So from this karmic perspective, you can look back on history and see the events that led to this moment. And there's ups and downs throughout history: slavery, emancipation, Jim Crow laws, civil rights movements, Tea Party, and where we are today. And so for me, if you look back at this long trend, it brings to me hope. I see moments of incredible difficulty in the past, followed often by moments of great inspiration and coming together, moments of communal enlightenment, if you will. And I think we're at a bit of a low right now, but because of this longer trend, this trend toward understanding, this longer trend toward growth, through cutting through the delusions that I'm seeing kind of in this longer trend, that it brings me hope for the future. Of course, that opens the question, what is our role? What are we going to do to extend this trend, to further this trend, to bring about change? And the Dharma should never be thought as a call for non-action. I think sometimes it can be interpreted that way. Instead, right, sila, ethical behavior, morality, it's a call to not only do no harm, but as we can, within our abilities, stop harmful behavior whenever we see it. To me, it's a call to action. And we're seeing this today as I was pulling this talk together across America. We started seeing this hands-off um, um, protests around the country. I saw one news article suggesting that there were 1,000 such protests across the country, protesting what we're seeing, kind of more of an authoritarian administration that we have today. It isn't possible for us to know how any one action will ultimately play out, but as bodhisattvas in this world, we must speak out, we must act. Each of us is like a stone dropping in a pond, and the karmic waves kind of head out from that moment, that action, that thought, that deed. Kind of the ripples head out into the interconnected world around us. And if enough stones fall, if enough people speak out, act, make a difference, then great things can happen. The civil rights movement was an excellent example of it. Enough people spoke out. No one person could ever make a difference. But enough people speaking out, enough bodhisattvas in the world, that all of those ripples in the pond add up to more significant change. So as bodhisattva, we're charged with saving all sentient beings. So to do this, we cannot be silent. We must take advantage of the opportunities that arise to speak up, to act, to marginalize minorities, homeless, the immigrants. These are the sentient beings that need us most. And as practitioners, we see ourselves in these people. There we go, if not for a small change in circumstance. There I am. So I want to end today with a video because I contend that not all bodhisattva are Buddhists. There are bodhisattva everywhere. And I'm sure all of you have heard this before, but this was Reverend Marian Edgar Buddy, prayer for the nation at the Washington National Cathedral on January 21st. This is the prayer in front of Donald Trump. And I'm sure you've all heard this, but I want you to listen to it again. But now listen to it through the lens of the Dharma, through the lens of the teaching. Listen to it as a bodhisattva.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land.
So, Bodhisattva bodhisattvas take all forms. And the more I hear what Reverend Buddy said, the more it touches me. And she had an opportunity to speak, and she took it. And so I guess that's the call for us: is in this world, how will we manifest as bodhisattvas? Not all bodhisattvas are Buddhists, and I'm convinced that not all Buddhists are bodhisattvas. So I challenge you, as practitioners, be bodhisattvas. Reach out, act. Whatever that means for you, given your skills and your backgrounds and your abilities, engage. So justice, this is what came up for me, and gave me a lot to really sit with and think about. So I thank you. I'd like to end with a short meditation. And this meditation will focus on how we are interconnected to the world. All those small little things that we do ripple out into the world. And this is our opportunity to make a difference, to bring about positive change. So if you would just go ahead and, as you're sitting, kind of settle in, back straight, feet on the floor. Close your eyes and just begin breathing. Really just feel the breath. Notice everything about the breath, how it feels coming in and out, the vibrations, and sounds. Even notice how your clothing moves slightly against the body as your chest rises and falls. Good. Now for this one, this really isn't a Zen meditation. It's just a visualization. See yourself walking in this calm pool of water. Maybe just knee deep. You're walking along. And just in your mind, take one step and another, continuing to walk in the water, seeing this in your mind. Visualize the ripples of the waves extending away from your body. See if you can hold in your mind these waves extending on forever and ever, extending out into the world, touching the world. And maybe over time, shift perspective. See if you can hold the world in your heart. Knowing that small acts can have ripple effects. That you are affected by what is in the world and you affect what happens in the world. Interconnected, one. Holding the world with loving kindness. Breathe. Back to the water. Step, step, step. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Every action, no matter how small, goes out into the world. And sometimes you just don't know that small little thing you've done or said, maybe even in passing, can make a positive difference. And so every moment is an opportunity to practice the Dharma, the teachings. So be that bodhisattva. Be that practitioner that's making that positive difference in the world. With that, I'll leave you until next time. Take care.
Thank you, Bob. Amazing as build. Thank you, David. Deep and profound, as expected. And, of course, 2 groovy dudes, so I was right. Thank you, Philip. 3 groovy dudes.
3 groovy
A
dudes.
trifecta of grooviness. Thank you, Philip and team, for putting our crazy together and making it amazing. If you need anything, PL Theatrical can take care of those audio-visual needs, whether they be in person or online. Past services and dings on Sunday morning can be had at People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, or the People of Diversity YouTube channel. All will give you a ding because the Sunday service is a premiere, so it will tell you that something special is about to happen. We have a second broadcast. It's not on the YouTube channel because it's already recorded there forever and ever and searchable by faith or by topic. But that second broadcast is available on Facebook, in the group, in the page, at 5:45. And that's to go back and do a second view, check it out because you were doing something else in the morning, or perhaps send a friend, relative, or unknown person to that place, and they can watch too.
Our next live event will be on April 28th at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship in Rockledge from 7 to 9 p.m. And Scott will be leading a Native American drumming circle.
I'm not Native American. But I will use a Native American drum.
Yes.
That's just to be clear.
No, you don't have to be Native American, and no experience drumming is necessary. However, if you have drums, please bring them. And if you don't have a drum or other rhythm instrument, just come on anyway because we'll have extras.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no charge for this event, but donations are greatly appreciated. And also, if you or your business would like to sponsor the event by donating the $50 rent charge, contact us at newwaypod@gmail.com. And I just want to say many thanks to the Joy Band for sponsoring our John Stringer workshop last Monday. It was an absolutely great experience. John is just so awesome, and his wife Kathy was there, and we just had a really, really great time, and it was very inspiring, very, very good. We are now blessing the U.S. states. Our next state is California. California was the birthplace of the internet. I didn't know that. It is the avocado capital of the world, and it also produces 80% of the world's almonds. That's an important place. 2 of my favorite foods. So let's bless the golden state of California, sending them prayers of serenity and prosperity, and say these words together.
May peace prevail in California.
May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
Next week, we continue our topic of justice. We will hear from our Wiccan representative, Oracle, and the amazing Donna Frost.
Hey.
Tithes, donations, offerings, whatever word works for you and lets you make the little donation button work. You can do that at www.podpg.org. peopleofdiversity.org. If you would help us wrap up this service with our healing circle, just take a moment, take a breath, ground yourself, bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, support, healing, and put them in a circle with us, with you, perhaps with the leaders of our planet, and help them make good choices and good decisions and bring healing to everyone. Have a great day and amazing week.
Thank you.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you.